So, in this episode, we'll be discussing about the word dumb. So, whom do you think really should be called dumb? Who do you think is dumb? Well, I think someone qualifies to be dumb when they ought to know something and not when they have a choice to know something and they don't know about it. So, I think we have all been victims of being called dumb for absolutely no reason. For example, especially in the current times when every person is judged on the basis of their pop culture knowledge. You're like, you've got to know who's the biggest sports hero, you've got to know who's the biggest movie star, the most followed person on social media, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on who's got the highest number of subscribers. People just like, yeah, do like get very personal with these kind of things. So, and if you're not aware of someone who's pretty famous, otherwise you're just suddenly, people are like, oh my god, are you living under a rock? Or like, come on, wake up, live a little. Suddenly you've been judged and you've been said not to be living your life. I mean, that's really really ridiculous. This whole concept of social media and following someone and being aware of these people, the so-called influencers and things, have just started in the past 10 odd years, and we all have decided to judge the whole human race on the basis of whom they follow, whom they don't follow, whether they have a social media account, and if someone is dead or if someone is born, are they going to wish for them on their social media page and things. These have turned out to be the real you and not the actual you. So it's like everyone is living two lives. They live a life on social media and then they live their real life. So yeah, social media and this whole access to information has made everyone think that they are way more smarter than others, or that everyone else around them should know something just because you were able to know about a particular thing. So, which is really very annoying and not at all pleasant, and which is not why the word dumb came into being, I believe. Because I think we've all been victims of this situation when suddenly, for example, if you're not that into music, yeah, I mean, no, who doesn't listen to music? We all do, but we are not like extremely passionate about it. We listen to music, just on the go. You turn on radio, whatever comes over, you listen to it. And then you find people who are like into music, who probably just design their whole life around music. And then you suddenly meet them and they're like, oh my god, you don't know this huge band, for example, you don't know Queen, you don't know Led Zeppelin or something like that. You're like, I was not born then, so I don't know about them, but I know the recent ones. And suddenly they're like, oh my god, do you know Despacito, or do you know something like this? And you're like, I'm not someone who listens to any kind of Western music, so I may not know. But then they're like, this has got so many billion views on social media, I thought everyone on the planet probably knows this. So then they're like, in the back of their head, they're thinking, oh my god, this person really is very dumb. And if you have mutual friends, they may go around saying another person when they meet, the other day I met this person, she has never heard of Despacito, she has never heard of, I don't know, some huge movie actor, probably some huge reality TV star, and we start judging them to be dumb. We don't think whether was it necessary for them to know it. Is their life dependent on knowing who is the biggest TV star, who's the biggest social media influencer, or is just a bestseller book in the market? Is it that important? No, we don't think about that, do we? Maybe they have other obligations. Maybe they have lots of mouths to feed. They have lot many things going on in their life. But no, but we don't even take a moment to realize how suddenly, we just term them to be really stupid, and that is very, very overrated. People just, especially if you're on social media, all of us have this anonymous benefit, the benefit of being anonymous, and we just, anyone makes a mistake, a spelling mistake, a very human error, in a post, in something they said, we just tag them, we just abuse them, we mock them, we make a joke out of them, I mean, that's like really horrendous and really, really ridiculous. And we don't care, whether what kind of a social disposition they really have, what kind of a person they really are. A single fumble can really, tumble the whole life for them, probably. Because, most of us are very sensitive, and when someone just, for the other person who's calling you idiot, who's calling you stupid or dumb, it's just something more of a whim. It's just something they say for fun because they want to get more gags. For the other person, it could be really very, 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 I don't know, very embarrassing, very moralizing, and could be really affecting them, and we don't care about it. And as a result, we see a lot of youngsters, turning very rash, very aggressive, ending up being in depression, being dejected, developing some sort of, turning themselves into a misanthropes. So you see this happening pretty rampantly. So I think we could really reduce this to some extent if we start using words the way they are supposed to be used and not just the way you think it's convenient. Like, for me, I think I have been a victim of situations when people have called me dumb. Not that they know of my education qualification, not that they know of how I do things in my life, or they don't know whether I'm really able to provide for my family or anything. But they just call me dumb because I might not be knowing this really famous, person of some field. And I feel like, really, was my whole life just about knowing this person? Was all my education not necessary? And I mean, was this, that's it? I always used to get the sense. Only then did I really sit back and I was like, I just thought about it. I just thought about, when should a person really be qualified to call dumb? Yeah, I really did this, as dumb as it may sound. Then I realized one should be called dumb only when they don't know what they are ought to know, what is a duty for them to know. You can call a minister, a politician dumb when he doesn't know what's happening in his constituency, when he doesn't care about what's happening in society. He is supposed to know that. He's been elected for it. When the other person doesn't know what's happening, a normal person, it's still fine. You may sensitize them, it's still okay. But who is really supposed to be berated for this or mocked at for this? It's the person in power, it's the politicians. But many a times we give them a very Teflon coating. We don't blame them many a times because we think they are very, I don't know, probably you voted for them, probably you think they're very respectable and formidable, which is really wrong. And for example, I think other situations are, you're a science student or you're a commerce student. For example, you're a commerce student. What is, you don't know the details of probably what's debit, what's credit, what is appreciation, what's depreciation. Maybe then, I would say you're dumb. You've been studying this thing, but you still don't know what they are. Maybe you should really look into it. But when as a science student, I'm talking to that person about the appreciation in the value of gold, the depreciation in the value of gold, and they're like, okay, this technical terms, what is this intangible assets and stuff, and they don't get it. I should be more humble enough to tell them what it is than to say, you don't know what's intangible assets? That's basic English. No, not really. You know, there's so many things which may sound basic English, but they may not really mean what they, mean in particular stream. So I think that's when someone should be called dumb, when they ought to know something and they don't really know it. So in this